Fumi, and let's talk about screen use in our children. Gone are the days where we can say, hey, limit TV time to 1 to 2 hours a day. With the world of technology, we're surrounded by screens all day long, and thanks to social media, we don't even keep track of the minutes and the hours that we're spending on our devices. So let's talk about ways to keep our children healthy and safe and still use our screens. So first, less than 18 months of age, we ask for 0 screen time, with the exception of video chats. That is a good use of technology as we can keep in touch with our families and friends who may be living far away. Now, between the age of 18 months and 2 years old, we can start dabbling in some educational videos. Keep it occasional and make sure you watch it with your child. Remember, screen time is one-dimensional, and at this age, our children do need personal interaction and play in order to develop cognitive skills, social skills, and even motor skills. For example, our children can learn how to count on a video, but they can also learn how to count by playing with blocks with an adult. This way they can have a conversation, be social, they can stack the blocks, line up the blocks, so they're developing their motor skills. A lot of benefits when the screen is not involved. Now, between the age of 2 and 5 years old, we are noticing that educational programming is beneficial, but we still ask you to limit it to 1 hour a day. Also, be cognizant of things not to do. Don't have a TV in the bedroom. Limit device use 1 hour before bedtime. Don't use a screen as a babysitter for your child. Don't have the TV on in the background. Don't use these devices to calm your child down if they're having a tantrum or if they're not eating, and don't use it as immediate gratification the minute you step into the car. And lastly, be a role model. Don't use your devices when you're around your children. Next is older than 5 years old. At this point, we say go ahead and limit the screen use to 1 to 2 hours a day, but the most important is make sure your child is balanced. Make sure they're involved in extracurricular activities, sports, making sure they're helping with chores, that they're reading, that they're playing games with friends and family. When they are engaged, plus school, they have very little time for the screens. We also want you to make sure that you put a limit on their devices where when they reach that time limit, the device turns off automatically. Also have screen-free times at home. One of the other things I always tell our parents is, hey, listen, when someone else is in the room, put your device down and have a conversation. And lastly, put those devices away when the children are doing their homework. As studies have shown, even those notification sounds can be distracting and cause anxiety. Now next, when our children become old enough to have social media, the monitoring becomes more complex. So at this stage, we say, have an open conversation with your child, set expectations and consequences, and revisit them frequently. Social media has a lot of benefits. It exposes us to current events. It opens up chats with groups. It helps us collaborate with other people, but it also has its risks. We've got the risk of sedentary lifestyle. We have the risk of sleep disturbance, which in turn affects school performance and even daytime behavior. Video games also give you the risk of isolation, and then other risk factors on social media are cyberbullying, exposure to inappropriate content, also feeling of isolation and low self-esteem when we see others on social media and how they look, even if there's been altered photos or filtered photos. So the main thing we want to do at this age is to have open communication, reassurance, and monitoring. The American Academy of Pediatrics has a great link where you can go ahead and log on to, so please do, and you can actually set your own family media use plan. So go ahead and link and get started, and thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.